Hey, all you hip, cool cats. My name is Kit, and welcome to Chicago Reacts. So sit down, and let's enjoy this video because today we are reacting to none other than the wise Brandon Herrera. That's right. We are reacting to the video of the cartel built a 50 cal submachine gun. Kind of. Huh. Probably could be, you know, maybe an orc-like kind of gun. I got to see what this thing looks like. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that ring bell notification. That way you do know when we upload new content onto our YouTube channel, of course. And be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Brandon Herrera's content as well, because he's uploading a lot of great content. Be sure to hit that ring bell notification, because if you want to be a hip, cool cat, then you need to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Chicago Reacts and also to Brandon Herrera. So be sure to check out all of his content. He uploads some good stuff, so there you go. But without further ado, since I'm in charge of the ones and twos, and since I control all the buttons, let's go ahead and pull up this video and react to how the cartel built a 50 cal submachine gun. Kind of, sort of.
Oh my god, you guys have to see this. The cartels have built a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. It's like a real-life bolter. It is an open-bolt submachine.
Oh my god, it is! Oh my god, it is! I was joking around if it was going to be orky, but that is awesome. Uh-oh. Now my worst fears have come true. We're entering into the realm of 40K. We are in the horrifying timeline. Folks, it's not going to be Star Wars or Star Trek. It's going to get bad. Well, it's first going to start off good because we start off with the Human Empire, the Federation, and then it falls thanks to the Eldar and Slanesh and, the AI going crazy on us. But all right. At least we kind of know where this is going.
Gun in 50 BMG. That's right, handheld 50 caliber machine gun. This shit is so rad. Why has nobody done this before? Well, that's why we're here today. Let's talk about reality.
Oh,
what is up, you sexy YouTube mother love?
Hey, Brandon, be careful when you mention the R word. Some people can't handle reality, okay? Some people just can't handle it.
Yes, it is finally time to talk about that. You guys have been begging me to cover this gun since this photo recently went viral. It is an old picture.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hold on, let me go ahead and capture that.
Recently went viral. It is an old picture. I'm pretty sure we talked about it before, but it has exploded all over the internet and people want me to talk about it. Like, they really want me to talk about it.
Yeah, why don't you talk about it?
Tagging me in this, sending this to me at least once a day for the last few weeks, asking me to cover it. So you know what? Ask and ye shall receive. So first off, a little bit of background. What is this thing? So it's an improvised firearm that was confiscated by South American police in some sort of cartel bust. In the lot of guns that were seized, many of them being homemade or improvised, was this monstrosity, which is allegedly an automatic 50 caliber submachine gun. Very hard to confirm that's actually what they said it was because it is very hard to find an official source. In fact, information about this at all is pretty scarce. Almost as scarce as the evidence that Jeffrey Epstein killed. But yeah, the whole ass internet.
Yeah. Right? Did he? Suspicious.
Collectively shit their pants over the idea that the cartels were able to put together a fucking Barrett-Sten hybrid that blasted anti-material rifle rounds like a handheld Ma-Deuce. Now, we only have a couple of photos, but from what we can see, there's already some problems with this idea. In fact, here's my hot take. I don't think this gun works. Or at least, I don't think it's physically possible for this gun to work even remotely close to the way the internet seems to think it does. But Brandon, how could you possibly think something like that? Oh, don't worry, I've been sitting on this one for a while, so I'm gonna fucking tell you whether you like it or not. So buckle up, because I'm going in dry. And for the record, this is me saying...
Oh, no lube? That's not safe, buddy.
This as somewhat of a subject matter expert. As the owner of many 50 cals, some of which are amongst the rarest ever made. I'm also the developer of my own semi-automatic 50 BMG design, which I've had the pleasure of essentially taking from a cocktail napkin to 2 prototypes, and currently on its 3rd. So suffice it to say, I've learned quite a lot about weapon design and 50 cal specifically over the past few years. And that's why I believe I'm specifically qualified to tell you that this shit don't smell right. First off, what I think it possibly could be. I think it is most likely that this gun is just a bolt action with a bad translation. From what I've been able to find, there are no videos of this thing functioning, and a little weirder, there's no photos of the other side of the gun. Which means this could very easily be a bolt action, and the bolt is just on the other side. This gun being a bolt action would make a lot more sense. Bolt actions are super easy to build. In fact, they've been around in some form or the other for about 200 years now. So that is definitely something that the cartels could just weld up in a chop shop.
Okay.
Unlike a full auto or semi-auto, you don't have to worry about anything like gas, springs, cycling, all sorts of crazy shit, bolt weight, anything that goes into calculating how to make an automatic weapon cycle. You just push it forward and close it. And before you tell me how wrong I am, look a little closer in this photo. There's an almost identical gun in the background where you can clearly see it has an exposed bolt cutout and bolt handles sticking out of it. So, yeah, that should be case closed. But just for the sake of this video and really for shits and giggles, let's just assume that this gun is exactly what the internet thinks it is, and it is an open bolt direct blowback 50 BMG submachine gun. Well, that would lead me to my first major point. You are not going to damage anything with that short ass barrel as much as you're going to damage your fucking eardrums. I'll get into a little bit of the math on that later, but this barrel is probably far too short to get anything close to useful velocity out of 50 BMG. You see, 50 BMG is a large round. It needs a lot of barrel length to burn the powder that is in the cartridge. That's a lot of powder. You usually want at the very bare minimum about 20 inches of barrel, ideally more like 30. Judging by this photo, this barrel could be as short as 7.5 inches. Is that a lot? Depends on the context. 7.5 inches has treated me quite well. But in the context of a 50 BMG barrel? Fuck no. Shit, the round itself is like 5.5 inches, meaning that the chamber alone is like 5 inches of barrel. By having a barrel that's super short, you completely destroy the entire purpose of using 50 BMG in the first place, which is supposed to be used as an anti-material, anti-vehicle, frankly, anti-whatever the hell you pointed at kind of weapon. It's like forcing Albert Einstein to drop out in the 3rd grade. You had all that potential there, you just cut it short because, and that is not even to mention the concussion that you create by burning that much powder outside of the barrel. If you've ever shot a 50 cal or been around somebody who...
Yes. I've shot the good old Maz Deuce 50 cal, and I've seen the 50 cal being shot before. I even saw a rifle, or sniper rifle of that verification that he's holding in his hand being used. Those things make loud noises. Okay, you know that scene from Anchorman, where the character says loud noises. That's a 50 cal, loud noises. I just want you to remember that. So, first I was all excited. So maybe we're not in the realm of 50. I was going to say 50K. See, because I'm talking about the 50 caliber. No one use that against me in the chat. All right, come on, leave me alone. Maybe we're not entering the realm of 40K. Maybe there's still hope. You hear that, folks? It's okay. Sit down and hug your loved ones. It's all gonna be okay because Kit Kat said so. We don't have to worry about anything going crazy. No 40K stuff happening in this timeline.
Who was shooting a 50 cal, you already know how concussive it normally is. On a short barrel like that, every round you fire is basically just going to give the user a TBI on overpressure alone. TBI, of course, being traumatic brain injury, which you can get from being blown up too many times or standing too close to explosions.
My name's Brandon Herrera. Welcome to Jackass.
So yeah.
Okay. That was awesome. Brandon, putting together a new team. A new Jackass team. He's on my roster. Brandon would have to be on my roster. He would have to be. There's no debate about it. Brandon, if that ever interests you, send me an email, buddy. We can get something happening.
TBI, or as we call it, adult shaken baby syndrome. They don't call it that. I'm calling it that now.
Okay.
But real quick, this video is sponsored by nobody. That's right, no sponsor this time. I just wanted to take a moment and tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys. Keep being awesome, and know that I believe in you. Also, if you've been watching a lot of the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you think you're subscribed, be sure to double check. YouTube does this weird thing where they will unsubscribe people from the channel, and it's been happening a lot lately. So if you're already subscribed, be sure to go ahead and double check real quick, make sure you're still subscribed, because I would hate for you to miss out on future content. But yeah, summarizing that point quick.
Yes, folks. He's not lying. YouTube has been doing that to a lot of content creators. Okay, it sucks. This is a whole other conversation, and I'm being serious here. So, you know, if you're subscribed to Brand Herrera's channel, do the old double check, triple check, just so you know everything is squared away. Okay? There you go.
Quickly, you're basically neutering the cartridge while also somehow making it 3 times as concussive to shoot as 50 BMG already is. But the very longest this barrel could possibly be, by our guesstimate, is about 14 inches. Now, why didn't we use that number? Well, because that's actually awful for this gun's odds of not exploding, which leads perfectly into my second point about why this really doesn't work. So it's supposedly an open bolt direct blowback. That basically means it's a tube, specifically one that fires from the open bolt. This is a PPS-43, for example. It's a submachine gun that's basically just a tube with a bolt in the middle. It's got no lockup, it's got no gas system. You just pull the trigger, and then the bolt slams forward. The action of the bolt slamming forward picks up a round from the magazine, loads it in the chamber, and fires it all at the same time.
Good.
Which the recoil of that pushes the bolt back open, ejects the round, and the spring pushes it back forward to keep doing that until your heart's content or you run out of ammo. Your typical open bolt submachine gun is super easy to build. It's very, very simple. And they're really kind of hard to screw up. It's just, there's not a lot to it. It's a tube. I mean, they're easy to build when you're using small pistol rounds. Rifle rounds typically require some sort of lockup. They are far too powerful for direct blowback. Well, kinda. Far too powerful to be practical. You see, the way direct blowback works is that the weight of the bolt itself is heavy enough to be able to keep that round in the chamber while it's firing for just long enough that it doesn't, explode. That's when you have an out of battery. Those aren't good. Now, this is when having the right bolt weight is very important. If the bolt is too heavy,
we're going to rewind that.
That's when you have an out of battery. Those aren't good.
Oh. Okay, so that did not look good. One more time. Sorry, folks.
Firing for just long enough that it doesn't, explode. That's when you have an out of battery. Those aren't good. Now, this is when having the right bolt weight is very important. If the bolt is too heavy, the gun doesn't cycle. If the bolt is too light, well, like said, not good. Now, you see this hefty little son of a bitch. This is the bolt from that PPS-43. It's basically solid steel and it weighs about 1.25 pounds. Now, one might think there's a lot of mass you could shave off of this thing to make it sleeker and, more lightweight, ergonomic, cool guy cuts. You don't want to lighten the bolt on these things because they weigh this much for a reason. That reason just happens to be not exploding. You see, there's actually a formula to determine how heavy your bolt needs to be, judging by your chamber pressure, like the round that you're using, the barrel length that you're using. It's basic physics. There's an equal and opposite reaction. And if you think you could just get a heftier spring and not worry about bolt weight, you're kind of wrong. Given the way that springs work, the gun still very much relies on the bolt being heavy enough to keep that chamber closed for that initial bit of rearward push against the bolt. TLDR, if you try to cheat, you'll explode. So the question is, what would the bolt weight have to be for this gun to not explode in its current configuration? We have the math for that. Let's say we had the 7.5-inch barrel and we're giving this thing the best shot possible at not blowing up. Because obviously the less muzzle energy you have, the less rearward force you can have on the bolt, basic physics.
Okay.
Even with the super short barrel, your ideal bolt mass would be 29 pounds. 29 fucking pounds. For context, your bolt alone on this gun would weigh more than a Barrett M107. A whole ass semi-automatic 50 cal plus a scope and maybe some ammo for the weight of just your bolt alone. That's like 3.5 AKs of weight. And that's not counting the receiver, the barrel, anything else on this thing. Which I imagine is still fucking hefty considering it's a giant ass steel tube.
Unless, they're working on a Space Marine program and the cartels. I mean, you gotta factor that in there, Brandon. What if they have like some giant, super soldiers? Okay, we all know that's fake. All right, just wanted to throw something out there. Maybe just to screw up the mathematics, but hey, because only some only a big strong super person can hold that kind of weapon. Not the average human.
Easily making this submachine gun weigh like 50 fucking pounds. Over half of which is reciprocating mass as it's firing. So every time a round goes off, more than half of the weight of the gun is rocketing back towards you. How the fuck do you even hold on to that? Now remember, that 29-pound bolt number is coming from the assumption they were using the shorter barrel estimate we had. So with the ridiculous sawn-off barrel, you're looking at 29 pounds. The longer your barrel, the more powder burn you get, the more back pressure, the more muzzle energy, which means the heavier your bolt has to be. So add a couple inches to that barrel and you're easily looking at the potential for a 50-pound or more bolt just to make this thing function properly. So if that math is correct, if this gun fires 50 BMG at a muzzle energy that is even half of what it is out of a Barrett, your bolt weight would push the approximate weight of the gun to be around that of the M2 Ma Deuce. Yeah, that's right. You could have a full-on Browning belt-fed 50 cal for the weight of this piece of shit. Not exactly handheld. Let's go back to that 29-pound bolt number.
Something else too. I just wanted to throw this out here, and maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I never said I was an expert, folks. I never said that. But what if the agencies there in, I guess it says Rio, it looks like Brazil right behind them. What if they cobbled that together just to make some news, to maybe make them look better? That is something to consider. It's not the first time a government would lie. It's just something to consider. I'm throwing it out there. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I'm starting to think about, why would the cartel make something when they could just buy it off the market? They could buy plenty of AKs and then just cobble together something that doesn't work or is supposed to look scary. I mean, they wouldn't do that.
Number, because that is, again, the most likely scenario for this to even be remotely functional. What does all of that heft buy you as far as muzzle energy? Well, I'm glad you asked. Drum roll, please. Approximately 2,900 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, that sounds pretty decent, right? 2,900 foot-pounds is no joke. That is until you realize that 50 BMG is supposed to have like 13,000 foot-pounds of energy. So congratulations, all of that work, and you've taken 50 BMG, the aircraft killer itself, and neutered it to just slightly more powerful than your off-the-shelf 308. My brother in Christ, you have found a way to make a foul weigh 50 pounds. Now keep in mind, this is some back-of-the-envelope math that me and the boys did, and I'm still just a random internet retard. But the key facts of this video and the points
Never say that about yourself. Not on my watch.
about weapon design stay the same. So with all that in mind, what do you guys think? Do you think that this was just a bolt action that was taken out of context by the internet? Or did some crazy son of a bitch in South America actually turn a bunch of leftover 50 BMG into an automatic flashbang launcher? Let me know what your theory is down in the comments. And also let me know if you like videos like this, kind of the more technical breakdowns of maybe some stuff that's floating around on the internet. If this is a little too technical for you and you want more simpler, streamlined content, let me know. Or if you want me to dig deeper into the nerdy stuff and go full on gun designer while talking about this shit, I would absolutely be happy to do that too. So just let me know what you guys prefer.
Gun designer, go ahead. Tell us all about it. I want to hear that. I want to see it. Make it happen.
Because at the end of the day, I've got a really cool job, but that depends on me making what you guys want to watch. So let me know down in the comments. Anyways, we got some really cool, edgy content planned for this month, so be sure to subscribe and stick around. And click that notification bell. Join the hashtag AKG notification squad. That's all the e-begging I'm going to do for this episode. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end, and as always, I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks. In the lot of guns that was seized, a lot of them being handmade. In the lot of guns that were seized, a lot of them being handmade. Fuck.
It's all right, buddy. All right. It's all right. It's all right. We'll start. We'll once again start from the top, and we'll work our way. But you got it. We've all been there before. It's fine. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. It'll be a-okay 100% of the times. There you go. So, okay, we learned something here. Obviously, number one, well, that initial reaction was, I thought, oh my goodness, they actually pulled it off. We have heavy bolters. They're a thing now. We're in the 40K timeline. Thankfully, we had the wise words of Brandon Herrera to calm us down. Nothing to worry about. But here's my theory. I don't think the cartel built that. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm thinking maybe that was just something that the said agency might have cobbled together. Maybe just to make themselves look good. Like, oh hey, look what we found here. I mean, that's my perspective. Now again, they put something together and maybe they didn't really think it through, but we had Brandon Herrera kind of calm us all down. Now if the cartel did do that, my only question is why waste money on that when you could buy legit stuff off the market? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But all in all, what are your thoughts? Be sure to type in the comment section below. Does that mean now we have to start worrying about 40K combat happening here on planet Earth? Type in the comment section below. Once again, Brandon Herrera is uploading great content as always. And double check you're still subscribed to his YouTube channel, okay? Be a hip, cool cat and do the right thing, all right? And also answer his question in the comments in his video in the comment section below what you want to see too. And until that day, until we see some more content, please take good care of yourselves. My name is Kit. This is Chicago Reacts, and I am out of here. Bye-bye.